Hi, I'm T.C. Ryan, and this is the companion video for Practice 2 of 15 Practices for Living the Life You Want. Learn how addiction works. You know, learning about addiction and how it works is not going to solve your problems. There's probably a better way to say that. Only learning about addiction and how it works is not enough to solve your problems. But it is important. It establishes a foundation from which you will find your solutions. Let me give you 3 reasons why. First, when we're learning about addiction and how it works, it can help reduce our shame. And reducing our shame is absolutely essential for both healthy recovery and healthy spirituality. Shame is the great enemy. Shame is the great accusation that I don't have what it takes, that you can't handle life, that we are not enough. Shame's the great lie. But here's the thing. We engage in certain behaviors that make us feel badly. Maybe we're crossing a moral line. Maybe we promised ourselves we weren't going to do something. And then we do it. We feel badly. We feel ashamed. We hate that feeling. And somewhere in our souls we've cultivated the ideas or the tracks that we run on that we know how to handle feelings that make us uncomfortable. We numb out and we dumb out. We engage in other behaviors that make us feel ashamed. So the very thing that we're trying to block out makes us feel that all the more. You see how it's a cycle. It reinforces itself. When we begin to understand how intricate addiction really is, how devious the cycle is, how self-reinforcing our compulsive behavior is, then it helps us begin to let go of the shame. We come to understand, oh, this is why it's so difficult. This is why it's so challenging. This is why I do what I do, even when I don't want to do it. And, oh, I'm not the only one. All this helps us handle shame in a healthier way. The second reason learning about addiction can be and is for many of us so important is that we won't get traction on our recovery until we really come to terms with how we got where we are and why it's so difficult to change. That's just how some of us are wired. So learning about addiction helps us get traction. And then third, while coming to understand compulsivity and how it works won't solve our situation, it will enable us to establish the foundation from which we will find our solutions. The foundation is absolutely essential. Now, just a quick thought about the term addiction itself. It really gets overused and is misunderstood in our society. On the one hand, you'll hear people say something sometimes like, I'm so addicted to chocolate. Well, are they really? I mean, are they spending the family's grocery money on chocolate instead of the essentials? Are they running around sneaking chocolate? I mean, all the time, lying to people about where they are, lying to people about how much they've eaten? Have they lost a marriage over chocolate? I'm sure there's an extreme case where somebody really has been addicted to chocolate and it's caused draconian consequences. But most of the time when you hear somebody say, I'm so addicted to chocolate, that's not really the case. On the other hand, in our culture, there are people, and maybe you know some, who don't believe that a thing like addiction is even real. They just see it as some excuse for laziness or immoral behavior. It's what people say when they're caught doing things they ought not be doing. Well, the truth isn't in either one of those extremes. And this practice is going to help you get to the truth. This practice will give you some solid clinical understanding of addiction and specifically compulsive sexual behavior disorder. And you'll get some practical markers to help you understand if and how that's what you're dealing with. There's a lot of work in the assignments that is meant to equip you with some helpful material regarding addiction. And you'll be introduced to more websites, some of which I think you're going to want to bookmark for future reference. There's also an assignment for reading in Ashamed No More. So take your time and work through all the assignments. This is foundational stuff upon which you can build or rebuild the life you want to live. Work at it. Know that you're not alone. And please hear me. What you're doing is important. Your life matters. I'm T.C. Ryan. Do this practice, the assignments, and I'll see you in practice 3. And thank you for sharing this time with me.